Hello and welcome, Inspired Podcast community. This is your newest episode. My name is Caroline, and my today's guest, no, she's not only a guest, she's more than a guest, she's business partner, the wonderful Celeste.
Thank you, Caroline. Thank you for inviting me today.
Good evening, good evening. I'm so happy that you are back by my side. We are encouraging each other, and yeah, please introduce yourself for the people who don't know you yet.
Yes. So I'm Celeste Hansen. I am a speaker, workshop facilitator. I work and teach things about the mindset, and I love and adore the constellation method. So we're using a lot of constellation, systemic constellations, in businesses or personal lives. Yeah.
And I felt it myself. So I'm so happy that you are back because we did so many exercises and sessions together. I learned a lot. And we are on this growing path together for 4 years now, I think.
Yes, yes. This is where why we met and how we met, actually through this working with the subconscious. And yes, we do love having long-term relationships, supporting each other, and not only each other, as well other people around us.
We learn together, we grow together, we thrive together. We traveled together, by the way. We met in Amsterdam first in person, our first time. Then we traveled to Los Angeles, and I met you in Denmark, where you live right now. It's you chose this country. It's your inspired choice, of course. And before I forget, and before we dive into this episode and our topic today, I want to shout out a dedication. I want to dedicate this episode to someone really special. And I know he's watching this episode now or listening to it because I was informed that he does
Good.
so. And I'm very happy because I got so many feedback. I'm happy that you are here. Let's talk about. So, the main topic is the inspired choice and also conscious business ethics. And we are practitioners, I would say. And there are many aspects. You mentioned it before, business constellations. Then we have the light work. And also, we studied books together. So, what would you say is the most important thing for entrepreneurs when they wake up and they walk their spiritual journey? What is important?
That's a great question. The important thing is feel good, become the energy. Yes, because all the tools that we are applying that we love, somebody loves maybe more meditation, somebody likes trying some other tools. All the tools, I see them like food in the kitchen, and we are feeding our spiritual body and mind with different things at different times of the day or month. Sometimes we have a dessert. Sometimes we want meat. Sometimes we want vegetables. But the point of it is to be spiritual, full of this good, great energy. And this good, great energy, authentic energy, and the highest vibes and vibrations, and all this, and energy that is gonna send us inspired ideas, downloads, how to go in the right directions. This energy is not only related to gratitude and love, but it's so much uh, related to authenticity,
Yes,
being ourselves, accepting ourselves, the dark sides, the white sides, everything. Yes.
accepting the things that are already in our kitchen. And I like this analogy because it's valid for whether you are an entrepreneur or not, because some of my or our listeners are on the turning point, a breakthrough, and they realize the life I was living until now is not what I really want. So I feel a calling. I want to have my own company. I want to work with people, create or develop great things for the world, like a legacy. We talked about this. And when I imagine this kitchen you were talking about, sometimes there are things in your kitchen you don't know they are there because until now you did not see them or perceive them. And we had this topic a couple of hours ago, or also months and weeks, about not being seen or heard. So, what would
Yeah,
you say with an entry point? If I tell someone there are so many things you are not aware of, you did not even see them, but it's worth looking deeper.
yeah. This topic of seen and heard, it's so big, it's so big. And of course, entrepreneurs and people, they see and are aware of things that are in harmony with their frequency in that moment of time. So when we're saying where you feel, or maybe another coach feels inspired to say, look, there is another tool, the person is talking from their own experience, from their level, hoping that the other person will be open or will open up to see what the other is trying to communicate. And I also feel this is a little bit a different topic, seeing things around, being aware, like opening the eyes. This is a little bit a different topic than us as people being seen and heard. And as people being seen and heard is important not only in personal lives, relationships, love, business, sales, but it is important in everything. Of course, we as we are, we need to feel heard and seen if we want really, again, the things to go authentically. Yeah.
Thanks you. Thank you for your answer. And by the way, you look beautiful tonight. Yes.
Oh, thank you. So tired after the trips we just gave
Oh,
it. Yeah.
you were traveling again, and yeah, it is so inspiring to see your journey as well. So I'm forever grateful. You talked about the teachability or being coachable, opening up people. You did not use the words, but your frequency is about we have to be open for to new things. To let them sink in, even though in the beginning, when we hear something new, we say no, it's not, we are not in harmony with it, but then it sinks in, and it is the resistance we feel or other people feel towards new ideas, because we are in the habit to believe only what's already there in the consciousness, but not in the subconscious. When there's disharmony, then it creates resistance. And this is exactly, and I think you will agree with me, this is exactly where we have to look at. Because if there's resistance, it's like little knots or so, and we have to solve it. Or, like, what would you say? How can we
Yeah.
address resistance?
You know, I'm thinking now that this is probably one of the biggest lessons and one of the biggest gifts if we can overpass this. And the lesson is going back to the childhood behavior pattern. Because when we come as beautiful, pure souls, we are pretty open and we want to learn and we want to ask for help. And the soul itself is mega curious, wants to try new things. And if a person is really true to him herself, the person will say, yes, that's true. When I hear about this, you're thinking like, oh, I would like to try that too. And you hear something else, it's like, oh, I would like to try that too. And this is our natural state of the soul before getting programmed, before seeing how mom and dad and the community and the system, whatever, is constantly behaving against the nature of the soul. And then slowly we start copying that behavior, that pattern, considering that is shameful to ask for help, is shameful not to know. It's shameful to acknowledge that, oh, Caroline, maybe you know something I don't know. And maybe I should well open up and look at what you are teaching. And so yes, that's very big. Learning again to ask for help. And you said, how can we overcome the resistance? Maybe just starting with the words, can you help me? Generally, and I'm not saying this in regards to coaches, but generally just asking for help around and experiencing ourselves again, going back into the learning mode, opening up mode, accepting that the solutions can come not only from our genial mind, from somebody else. Yeah, so just using the question, yeah, can you help me?
Oh, I love that. And there's a big lesson for someone listening right now, I'm sure. So I'm inspired already. And you talked about the big feelings of shame and guilt as basics. They are not bad. They are destructive, but not bad because they show us the way where to look and where to find a solution. This is rather
Yes.
a gift.
Yes, even the person is aware of this, right? So actually it's huge that you're proclaiming this to the world. Everybody, please look where you feel guilt and shame. There is the lesson for you there. You should go exactly there. So this is really big. If that is an indicator and it's not a block, a mountain that stops the person, and the person is just going in the inhibited mode, right? So yes, this is so big, and it's great that you're shouting that to the world. uh,
Oh, thank you so much for encouraging me. And also, I want to add two words that came into my mind when you talked about the soul and your soul. When you come to this word, your soul always knows the answer, but already knows the answer. Then we learn all those patterns and conditionings and stuff. And before I forgot my words, the words are playfulness, and also curiosity, because it's so important, yeah, to bridge the two, to combine the two. First of all, awareness, of course, then conscious business ethics, and then to find the perfect tool, how to put it all together like a puzzle and find the perfect solutions for your business. And then comes Celeste into play, because we talked about business constellations in the beginning. And last year or ongoing, I had some sessions with you. It was about my business as well and how to continue, what is the right target group, what is the perfect listener, for example. And I was at the brink to, yeah, you can, it's
Inter-
your moment. But I was on the brink to give up, like really, what is this podcast about? Who is listening to it anymore? Should I continue and all that? And you did some constellation work with me, and I'm forever grateful, because look at us now, today, here we are, and we continue, we commit.
yes, this is so strong. What I wanted to say is that maybe we should a little bit clarify what constellations are, because maybe some of the listeners are listening and thinking about the stars in the heaven, which is excellent. And those are also constellations. But we're talking about something else here. So I want to present the technique and the tool, what it is. Yeah, exactly. So systemic constellations, it's a method that is saying that when we have a group of elements or people, that group is creating an electromagnetic field, meaning that if something is happening inside of the group or something is out of balance between those elements, then everybody in the group is feeling that. And when we're working, for example, with business constellations, we're going to map on the floor or with some dolls, we're going to map elements like the clients, the business, the direction, the marketing, the employees, the customers, different, we can say, stakeholders, and as well other concepts. And then look when we're mapping it, so suddenly it's not only in the head, it's in front of our eyes. So we can see it from a different perspective, and we're checking whether those elements are at their places, because there are some laws that have to be respected, if the laws of order, let's put it like this, that have to be respected if we want to expect a certain result. So we're checking, is everything in their place, or is there disorder? Then we are correcting it. And by doing these adjustments and by looking at the problem from above, from inside, from different angles, we suddenly getting clarity. And clarity is excellent. Clarity and order is the formula to success. Because any business that doesn't have clarity may invest a lot of money in marketing and solutions, but if it's not getting answers and clear clarity, where is the problem coming from, then the business can invest and still not solve the problem, right? So yes, this is what systemic constellations are, and they are extremely powerful tools, and we are super happy for that.
So, thank you for the explanation. Also, clarity gives us power, and order is heaven's first law. So, I would say I highly recommend Celeste as your constellation expert. And if you want to try it out, please reach out to Celeste. She's amazing. She gives you clarity through constellation work for your business, but also for your private life, if you wish. So, let's talk about your next, what is going on in your life? What do you plan? Do you set goals? How is your summer going?
Yes, I'm moving. Yes, which is great. And I was sharing actually this great news that I helped a lot of people to get their new homes, new apartments, new houses. And it has come my time where I'm getting something new and moving. And this is, of course, exciting and taking some time with all the packing and everything happening. But this is also something happening on the side, because we're just talking about this other project about the podcast course and the glow up course and the combination and the podcast thing. And we're feeling that it's time. It's time actually. So why don't you retell, Caroline, what is happening soon? Because there are many people that have a vision, that have a mission, or that just feel that it's time for them to open up for their voice. What is coming up for them? What opportunity is coming?
Absolutely. And I'm so blessed because through this working with you, I got clarity as well. And we have this wonderful partnership. We are business partners. So, for so long time already. So we are clear about what our direction will be. So yes, we plan to do a podcast course, and it will be a 4 weeks course, with live sessions every week, but also recordings like a course. You can go on your own speed, of course. And the goal is that by the end of this course, you have your first episode not only recorded, but published on the major platforms. We will help you with that. Do you want to add something, Celeste?
I want to ask you. Now I'm gonna be the podcaster asking you. Yes, it's Caroline. You said how many first episodes they're gonna get at the end of the course. So the course is not only theory, it is actual practice. They're getting their podcast published on platforms, registered. Good. And how many first episodes they're getting?
They are getting one first episode, but you can do as many as you want. Once you know the concept, there's an infinite amount. The average podcaster is not going beyond their 10th episode or so. So we are really encouraging people to record and to have fun with it.
We have a break here. We said
Oh,
10.
we
We
said
no,
we said 10. Really, you want to such a big package you want to offer to
no,
our
no, no. Wait a second, because the workshop is one episode, but the course,
yes,
the entire course, the 4 weeks. In 4 weeks, they're gonna get their 10 episodes, And this is big. And this is actually very, very big because that means they have an established business at the end.
It's really a huge announcement that we are doing now. It will start the 18th of, was it 18th of July? But we will keep you updated. So that will mean this is the first episode of many more about our podcast course and the other courses. Celeste, we only have 1 minute left. What do you want the listeners to know now from this point? What are they going to expect and what is their next step?
Yes. Mm, for anyone who feels inspired to join the course, they are so welcome. And if they feel they want to try it, there will be the trial where during the trial they can try one to build together with us one free episode, and that is the free workshop on the 18th. Yeah.
Perfect. So I will leave you with that. Stay tuned. Listen to the Inspired Choice podcast, and we will see you tomorrow for another wonderful episode. Thanks, Celeste, for being by my side.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for inviting.
Of course.